I'm Assistant Director of Legislative and External Affairs, Connie DeMant. I'm here today with Chief Deputy Director, Junie Lee. Welcome to the DOR Report.
Hi everyone, I'm pleased to be here today.
I'm looking forward to discussing some of our current projects, starting with the effort we've made to change the way we do business. We launched a major initiative to steer the department towards greater efficiency. Vocational Rehabilitation Modernization. Wow, it's a mouthful. I can see why we call it VR Mod. What's the current status?
A lot has happened under VR Mod. First, let me start with the way we deliver our services to consumers. As you remember, last year we moved away from the one-to-one counselor-to-consumer model to a more supportive team approach. With this approach, every team member, from the office technician to the team manager, is responsible for supporting the consumer on his or her journey to competitive employment. It's really about the consumer, and I'm proud to say we've already formed 96 of our 104 teams targeted statewide. As much as we strive to support our consumers, we've also made efforts to support our newly formed teams. To support the teams, we provide continuous training and mentoring guides.
Now another piece of VR Mod is Vendor Utilization Management, or VUM, right? Give us a few updates on this part of VR Mod.
Well, Connie, we're currently piloting 3 exciting projects under VUM. One is our centralized invoicing pilot to improve the timeliness and accuracy of payment to our vendors, essentially streamlining and automating our payment process. Another is the Placement Plus pilot. It's designed to increase employment outcomes and address stakeholder concerns about consumer job readiness and rates. Those that participated in our December stakeholder conference call are familiar with this effort. Placement Plus includes new components of benefits planning and soft skills training as needed for our consumers. And in this model, when consumers succeed, providers succeed. We all know that consumers who obtain substantial gainful employment have greater independence and equality.
That's a great initiative.
But that's not all, Connie. Additionally, this month we launched a new work incentives planning project to increase employment outcomes and self-sufficiency for department consumers receiving SSI and SSDI.
Good. Raphael, as a former recipient of SSI and SSDI, what were some of your biggest concerns about returning to work?
My biggest concern was if I came back to work, I would lose all my benefits.
Wasn't there information readily available to help you make an informed decision about returning to work?
Actually, it's so confusing and there's not enough information out there.
The work incentive pilot was designed specifically to address these concerns as well as those shared by many of our consumers.
What does that look like, Junie?
I'm glad you asked. We have invested internally hiring and training 9 new department employees on Social Security work incentives. These planners work with our new teams to help consumers who currently receive benefits understand their full range of options.
Which types of benefits are you referring to?
Healthcare, SSI, and SSDI. We believe this project will assist our consumers make informed choices towards greater employment and self-sufficiency.
This overview has been incredibly helpful. But let's switch gears. Last month, Governor Jerry Brown submitted his budget for 2014-15. How are we faring fiscally in California?
Well, in response to the budget released by Governor Brown, California's Health and Human Services Secretary Diana Dooley declared that, as a state, we have turned the corner. After years of reductions, California has started rebuilding. This is good news, but fiscal prudence is still necessary to ensure a secure future for our programs.
Department proposing any changes to our budget?
Yes. Our department has 2 proposals included in the governor's budget. The first would add $500,000 to the department's traumatic brain injury program in 2014-15. And the second would allocate 6 new positions needed to administer the Promise Grant.
Speaking of Promise, This is the large research grant California was recently awarded through a joint initiative of the U.S. Department of Education, the U.S. Social Security Administration, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the U.S. Department of Labor. Correct?
Yes, that's right. The department will definitely benefit from the exciting research findings of this 5-year, $50 million grant. The effort will enroll over 3,000 youth who receive SSI. Half of these enrollees will participate in a control group.
And what exactly does this research involve?
Selected youth and their families will receive information and education regarding benefits planning, and youth will gain independent living skills and work experience. This longitudinal study will monitor their outcomes against the control group. Results from the study will help us understand the major barriers these youth face in attaining post-secondary education, employment, and independent living.
Working with entire families is not a route typically taken, is it?
We think this approach is revolutionary, and this approach of early intervention will result in youth embracing a career and a life without government assistance.
We'd love to hear from you. Every episode of the DOR Report will include a recent message from a stakeholder and a response from the appropriate DOR staff. This time someone writes, "I heard that Tony Sauer has retired. Why did he leave? Has Governor Brown appointed a new DOR director?" Well, let's hear from Tony.
As you may have heard, I've stepped down as director of the Department of Rehabilitation. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this on my last day as director. Words cannot express how I feel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Not just for the work you do, but for who you are. This was never a job for me. This was my life's work, and now I am transitioning to a new phase. One in which my wonderful wife and family will become more of a priority. It's with a heavy heart that I leave the Brown administration. They and the Schwarzenegger administration have provided so much warmth and guidance throughout my tenure as director. I'll be forever grateful. Now I know some of you think me leaving is a loss for the department. I've been moved beyond measure by your kind messages of support. This is not a loss for the department. This is an opportunity for growth. Thank you for making the last 6.5 years so rewarding for me, and thank you for the chance to grow with you. Onward.
Hello, everyone. It is my first time to address you as the director of the Department of Rehabilitation, and by now, of course, all of you have heard that I was appointed by Governor Jerry Brown. First of all, let me start by thanking Governor Brown, Secretary Dooley, for moving so quickly to appoint me and to give me this great opportunity to provide the leadership to this fantastic organization that's made a huge difference in my life and in the life of thousands of the individuals that we serve. Let me also acknowledge the great leadership of our former director, Tony Sauer. He left this organization in a much better position than when he found it, a true mark of leadership and one that I can only hope to emulate. I also would like to extend my deepest thank yous to Junie for stepping in and providing leadership in a seamless transition of less than 6 weeks for the Department of Rehabilitation, the rest of the team, and to all of you for the work that you do every single day. As we embark on this new phase of DOR's leadership, it's important for us to acknowledge all of the work, all of the projects that we have taken, that we have underway, and no doubt we'll look for opportunities to continue to find efficiencies, to improve the services that we provide to each of our consumers. Near and dear to my heart is the partnership that we have with our stakeholders, with our communities, with each of you as you deliver the services to our consumers. And as a former consumer, I bring the lens, the perspective, the understanding of the path that a consumer travels when they arrive at our doors and they leave ready to face employment, improve their independence, pursue their equality, and enjoy their contributions to community, to society. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the DOR Report. To leave feedback on this program or to be featured in future Ask DOR segments, please email externalaffairs@dor.gov. For more information on the topics we've discussed today, visit our website, www.dor.ca.gov. Until next time, I'm Connie DeMant for the California Department of Rehabilitation. Employment, independence, and equality for all Californians with disabilities.